Why do we always have to be portrayed on these relationship shows as desperate and delusional? Because that's what I got from these two episodes. We are on episode 3 and 4, and a little bit was kind of like, it was a little bit dry. Okay, it was a little bit dry. Now these episodes, I don't know if it was that they were outside more, but it did give me more of that Sex in the City vibe. Give it to me black, okay? Now we know they've been in New York the whole time, but it was something about this episode that really gave me that. Let me know in the comments if it was just me or did y'all feel more of that this episode. But we fast forward and Camille is pretty preggers, okay? Pretty pregnant. And the thing with her and Ian, you know, they're in the ultrasound appointment. They have this banter, baby mama, baby daddy. Is that all we are? Our baby mamas who have baby daddies and have this, you know, weird relationship where there's boundaries in place, yet because you having my baby, because we're going to have this connection forever and ever, we're going to kind of blur it back here and there, okay? Now, I feel like with Camille, she get on my nerves. She really is, okay? Because I feel like she is hanging on to Ian and what they could have had. There are times I feel like she has accepted that this relationship has ended and all she gonna get out of him is a baby daddy. But there are other times where, Camille, girl, what is you doing? You know, texting him, waiting for a response. But it really hits her in these episodes that I got a baby on the way. We find out the gender. And these bills are adding up. Now, to me, I was like, girl, why you not at Planned Parenthood? Okay. You still got that in your mind that you work for Columbia, girl. You better be at that clinic getting them free visits. And don't be dependent on no man to provide for you. Yes, he is your child's father. But I think as women, we need to always have our own backup plan, our own savings, our own. Okay, because anything could happen. I don't think anyone should be dependent, whether you're a woman, a man, they, them, whatever you know, identify as. You should never put all of your stuff, all of your everything, you know, because something could happen. That person could change. They mind about how they feel about you, life circumstances, they can pass away. And then you're left with knowing nothing. Not where the money is your name even attached to the accounts? Okay. Make sure your name is on them bank accounts, because when that person passes away, who that money gonna go to? It's gonna get caught up in estate stuff. So make sure, like, I'm just like, working at Columbia, you didn't save no money for yourself. Like, put something aside. Okay. But then again, it is a TV show, but we see them go, you know, back and forth, and eventually Camille, you know, they have a conversation about paying for things. And I still feel like his relationship with the new girl is way too fast. I feel like when Camille showed up to his house, she was doing a little bit too much. Oh, you know, the dessert's almost ready. It's going to bake for like 2 more minutes. You want a spoonful? Taste it for me. Hi, Camille. How are you? Don't be too long now. You don't want it to burn like last time. Is that going to be the dynamic that we see for the rest of their lives? Because if he really is trying to, you know, put roots down with this new girl, old girl, also, where does Camille fit into that? Does Ian owe her information about them deciding to do IVF, the egg retrieval, and their own lives? Okay. I want you guys to chime in the comments and let me know, did he owe that conversation to Camille? Because we see in the later episodes, episode 4, Camille goes to a party with Quinn, and her dude is there with a friend. Okay. And so what is it about men wanting pregnant women? It lets me know that when you walk out that house, you can look a mess. You can be 9 months pregnant. Okay. Your hair not combed, and a man's still gonna want you. Remember that. You still got it, girl. Okay. No matter how you look, somebody out there is gonna want you. And how you date I think she said she was 32 weeks at this point. How do you date someone? You're pregnant. It just feels like it complicates things. You kind of want Ian, but you're entertaining this new guy. But then towards the end, you tell Ian that you was never going to F with him anyway. The guy really seems interested in you. Are you hanging on too much to subconsciously the hopes that something can happen between you and Ian, that you're not really interested in this situation? I feel like the relationship is very complicated. And we do see that in real life, that relationships are complicated. I think from a therapist perspective, a lot more conversation needs to be had about how we're moving forward. I want to see them plan more for delivery, plan and have conversations about co-parenting. And in some ways, if this new girl is going to be a stepmama to my daughter, there needs to also be conversations there. What is her role? What do I feel comfortable with my baby being around her? Because when the baby comes, the baby probably is not just going to be with Camille. It's going to be at their house too. So what are some rules? What are some, things that we want to put in place to make sure that things can kind of at least start off well? Because things are not going to go right all the time. Having a baby by somebody and they with somebody new, and throughout the 18 years, you're going to have your, the ups and downs. But let's have a conversation beforehand. I want to see more of that adulting and less of the more, I'm in my early 20s trying to figure this out. You guys are at an age, and at least Camille's established. I haven't really said too much about what Ian is doing, where we can have some conversations to put things in place and have some emotional intelligence in our relationship. But it just feels like they're in this, we're not together, but we still function in this place that's friends, but still, is it? The lines here are very blurry. Okay. Now, we also get to Ty. We see more of Ty's, to me, fearful avoidant attachment style. Gail Bean, playing the role of her love interest. And it seems like for the most part, Ty is trying to not go into her old patterns. But she's attracted to that old thing now. Okay. She attracted to Gail, and she wants that thing spread wide and eagle. So their relationship also progresses to the point where I think you see more of that fearful avoidant attachment style of they have this argument, but Ty is in love with her. And have we ever seen Ty really in love with somebody? In these 3 seasons, I don't know if we've ever seen her really be in love and scared to lose somebody, because she's invested. She is invested in this relationship, and she wants to build something. And when they, kind of, I guess, break up, have an argument, and she shows up at Gail's door, I feel like I saw a little bit of that, I want to say anxiousnness. I don't want to say anxious attachment style, but the I want you, more that avoidant, fearful avoidant, come close. Ugh. But I saw more of the anxious side to her of, I just want you to love me. I want you to see me. I want to be better. You make me better. So it was good to see her just kind of like work on herself, but put the actions behind the words, and see her giving herself to a woman in a space of healthiness. And to not show that, lesbian relationships have to be toxic. They can be healthy. They don't have to fall into the stereotypical things that we hear and we see on TV. So I'm enjoying seeing the healthy evolvement of Ty. Okay, I'm really enjoying that. So let's, drugs in my booty. There wasn't like much there. I'm still seeing that. I don't know if they're really gonna make it to the altar, because they're 2 different people. They have 2 different perspectives about getting married, where they're gonna get married. I just don't really see it in long term, But let's get to Quinn and her boyfriend. Okay. Now, throughout this episode, I kept, both episodes, I kept wondering to myself, are they together? What is this? Are they in a relationship? Did I miss something? And then it comes out at the end. Now we're going to get to the end. Now, the whole point of this, love interest for Quinn this season is to show a man be interested in her instead of Quinn chasing after a man. Okay. But knowing that, their relationship is only part-time, they don't go out in public, it's a secret. Quinn, girl, what you doing? You deserve better than this. So they try and set her up with a love interest that shows, they're going to chase Quinn instead of Quinn chasing the man. Only for what? Only for what? Okay. Only for this man to be in a whole relationship. To set up for the come down. Okay. And I was just like, oh man, like, can we evolve? Can we see us on TV in healthy relationships? We are not being traumatized. Our emotions are not being weaponized. Only for them to have this, black love. And it kind of shows you the things men do to lure you in, make you think again everything, make you think I'm the one, I'm different. This black love thing with the kids, and she quit her job as his stylist to be with him because he's in love with her. And he says, I don't like you. Girl, I love you. And then we see them be intimate. Only for what? His phone to be buzzing. And you know what? He got a whole thing going on somewhere else. Now, it was also interesting to me how when Quinn was giving him the concept and ideas for, I believe it was the photo shoot, he had her on speakerphone. That to me right there was like, I'm gonna file that back here, because why are you sharing her ideas without asking her first? Why are you not, respecting her privacy and also letting her know that she's on speakerphone? So that to me, I was like, what are you doing? So when we got to the end, I was like, here we go. Here we go. The phone is ringing. I thought that when he got out of the bed, he was actually going to go to the bathroom and Quinn was going to, I don't know, look at the phone or something like that. But him answering the phone saying, babe, I'm going to see you in a little bit. I'm like, damn, y'all set Quinn up for what? To show that it's the same thing for us. That a man can never really be there for us. So they're not really going to love us. They're just going to use us. And there's a part of me that's like, this show is realistics. This show is realistic. These things do happen. But at the same time, I'm just like, I know it's realistic because it's my own life. It's our own lives. The things we have been through, the things we have seen. Do I need to see my life like this on TV? Can I see that I can have a child, have a healthy relationship with my baby daddy? I can find successful, healthy relationships after chasing for so long. I can date a man who has an established career and I'm more of a, artsy type. The only, out of all the couples, I think Ty is the only one kind of, trying to do the work and seeing the results of the work she's doing on herself in her relationship with Gail. But at the same time, I would love to see, what I'm going to say, y'all. I would love to see Ty in some therapy sessions talking about her childhood, why she stopped, having a relationship with her parents, why she hasn't talked to them, working on that trauma, maybe thinking about, possibly reconnecting. As a therapist, I don't feel like that's necessary for y'all. When you are healing from parental trauma, you don't have to go back to, reconcile with them folks. You don't. I'm going to tell you that right now. Permission. Go into therapy, go on your healing journey and heal for yourself. And if it's necessary, leave them people behind. You don't have to heal and go back to all that. All right. But I would love to see her in some therapy sessions, healing, working through, seeing somebody with a, fearful avoidant attachment style, really working through that we see those dynamics often on TV, but how often do we see someone in therapy, working on those issues? Not often. Okay. But I want to see more involvement. Ian and Camille, what are y'all doing? Poor Quinn now. Poor Quinn. Why? You lay there in bed and after that happens and you're like, why me? Why does this always happen to me? Why? Can I ever, find a healthy relationship? Is there something wrong with me? Those are the things that kind of go through your head and you're trying to figure out, here we go again. But I'm curious to see, does she say something? Does she keep it to herself? Of course, I feel like she's going to share it with the ladies. I don't know how they're going to react. But these are just my thoughts. I want to see more, let's heal, let's work through, let's not fall into the same patterns and maladaptive behaviors that we are used to that keep us in unhealthy places, unhealthy relationships. I just want to see more. Okay? But let me know your thoughts on these 2 episodes because, of course, we can get into it. And make sure you take care of yourself. Okay? And I will see you in the next video. Bye.